Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to Saturday Night Show, Shit Show with Anya Devi. So, let's see what wants to come through today for the shit show. I usually don't do those, right? It's usually like a Saturday night of some kind. So, I thought I will just show up in my divine essence tonight with you guys. Play a little bit and just see what wants to come through, what I want to speak about, and what truth wants to come through. I have been journaling actually for a couple of days. Yeah, I have been journaling from my heart, that deep connection to my soul, realizing a couple of things recently. Honoring my beautiful soul sister, Suzanne. She had chosen to end her life legally almost 2 years ago. And it's something that I haven't really talked about or really processed. I feel like it's been just put on the back. For later, I feel like almost. But what I've been journaling about brought me back to her essence and honoring of her. She decided to end her life because of her sickness, her illness. She was ill for 9 years with the side effect of an antibiotic, Cipro. The Cipro is in the family of fluoroquinolones, and these are incredibly strong synthetic antibiotics that are usually used in the matter of death, and they were created for the soldiers in the 60s, in the wars that were happening back in those days. And they continued prescribing those antibiotics to people. And those antibiotics have caused, just incredible, poisonous, horrific, terrible damages in people's bodies, in their lives, in the lives of their loved ones. And my sister, my soul sister, my sister-in-law, who was my best friend, was one of the victims of that machine. And so to me, that's a real shit show. The medical system is a machine that is here to harvest humanity through the medical system, through the doctors, through the nurses, through the patients, the clinics, the pharmacopoeia, right? The pharmakia. You know, at one point, as an empath, I feel a lot of rage. Because it's just not fair that someone healthy all of a sudden gets sick because of something that's supposed to make them feel better. And so, just allowing for whatever this is showing me to be present. what I can see, what I can speak of. This group actually is like a, I want to say like a foundation and a base for a lot of our truths that we get to share unapologetically and vulnerably, authentically. And, you know, really, all of this is for us, for our own selves. You know, we can speak all we want and we can have millions of listeners, but in the end, it's not for anyone else, but for our own path, our own lineage, our own ancestors, our own families, that we get to choose to liberate and say no more to this human sacrifice within our own selves. How much money do we spend on medications as humans, as Americans? No judgment, it's just a fact. It's a fact. Pharmacy is a corporation, it's a business. It's not in business to heal humanity. It's in business to collect, to make everyone sicker, to collect more, and to poison. You know, we die because of poisons in our systems, in our bodies. And all these poisons are being protected by FDA and by the government, by the doctors. They all, you know, to some people, doctors are like gods. You know, I'm on a rant. If I'm gonna go on this rant, I'm really going there. Because I do want to honor those who are sick and those who have gotten sick from the medicine that's supposed to make them feel better. So for my sister-in-law, that medicine didn't make her feel better. It actually ruined her life, and in the end she chose to end it because she was poisoned. Just like our mind, body, and soul are being poisoned slowly, unconsciously. None of us even notice it. It's everywhere. They want us off the land and into the grids, into the cities, to collect, to harvest. Yeah. This is like, you know, this is what's alive for me, and all the manipulation that comes with that. For, you know, whenever I drive by any kind of new construction, these like boxes, houses that are like exactly the same, apartments, more townhouses, more these neighborhoods, no trees, nothing, just like these tiny backyards that are like just staring into the walls of the other neighbor. It's like, whoa, like, oh, my heart just hurts. My heart hurts for that. Wow. And so it's like there's problems, and then there's solutions, and then there's again the solutions that create more problems, and then it looks like they're being solved, but then everyone is just believing it all, and everyone is just asleep. And so we have to realize and end all of that inside first. Inside of ourselves. So yeah, just a little bit of a vulnerable share here. Sometimes that rage inside me is really strong. I personally want to you know, awaken in humanity that understanding that we can all call upon our living cells. We can call upon our state of peace, tranquility, equilibrium, harmony, joy. In this moment, we can choose to be happy and free. We can create the sacred space of harmony, the sacred space of harmonics, the angelic harmonics, the miraculous healing that happens. The embodiment of a true falling angel. The falling angel that was programmed, conditioned, targeted, attacked, abused. I recently come across this beautiful realization of an orphan, an understanding of an orphan, what that means. And for some of us as these incredible empaths that we feel so much for humanity, for each other, the reason why we can feel so much and why we went through so much pain and sorrow and suffering and trauma and wounds and addictions and all of that and suicidal attempts and thoughts and, you know, so much of the suffering, why we all went through it is, you know, for me, I'm realizing, you know, for the duration of some of my childhood, for 5 years, I was almost 2 and then I was 7, between almost 2 and 7, I was separated from my mother by life circumstances. You know, this is a separate story. It's an accident. It was an accident, like this cosmic joke, that one of those cosmic fucking jokes that happens. And that also put my life where I needed to be who I am now. And so realizing that for those 5 years, I literally considered myself an orphan. I considered myself an orphan living in this orphanage outside of a big city, St. Petersburg, Russia. And, you know, living in the forest, basically being raised by the forest, by the women of the forest that lived there and took care of us. I mean, we were outside every day, morning till night. We just would eat, you know, we would play with bugs and the trees and the flowers and the berries and mushrooms and all of that. It was just so incredibly magical, you know. And I got visited by my grandparents, but never by my mother and never by my father. And I was separated from my father until I was 15 years old. So that was my first time I saw him. So my connection to the feminine, the masculine, besides those couple of quick stories, were actually severed even more on so many other levels. So complete severance from the divine parents, from earthly parents, therefore divine parents, and yeah, an orphan. It's like, what the fuck am I doing here? A lot of us feel that way, like we don't belong here, we don't belong with our families, and if we do, it's a little bit strange, or like we don't want to be with them, or, you know, it's so rare, like when we really enjoy, and I enjoy my family wholeheartedly. Just my immediate family, and yet there's not like that deeper connection with more extended families. And so this orphan, it's like this orphan, it's like what's the word? As star seeds who don't feel like we belong here on earth. It's an orphan syndrome. Yeah, it's like this programming where we star seeds who have chosen these hard experiences on the earth. We specifically chose these hard experiences so that we could heal the bloodlines we also choose to be born into. And oftentimes we actually choose to be born into more wounded, cursed, traumatized bloodlines that we choose to liberate and awaken in. Like, we awaken in my bloodline. I'm awake. My children gonna hear it from me, every single truth. I don't necessarily need to sit down and teach them any kind of lessons. They will learn just from me living my life the way of truth. To hear me, to see me, to witness me in some way, and to be, you know, their mother. They will have an easier, less suffering life, just like all of our children will, who are choosing to be on this spiritual path of awakening right now in this lifetime, in our lifetime, whenever it happens for you. So, if you want to go back, watch from beginning. I'm talking about this orphan syndrome. It's this energetic orphan syndrome that the spiritual awakened and awakening remembering people often have when they wake up, because they find themselves confused and lost and not know what to do and where to go, and all these gifts are awakening within them, and they don't understand their spirituality because it was never taught to anyone. And so then there is this syndrome of an orphan, that we don't belong here on earth. I want to go, I want to leave, I want to go back to the stars, or the star seeds that are not fully grounded here on earth. And so there is this programming that gets through the syndrome of an orphan, and it's these you desire to leave this earth, desire to end this precious life, and also being poisoned and sick and tormented in so many ways, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And our nervous systems are affected, our meridians, our physical, our joints, the vaccines we have been given since birth, and all the medical intrusion that has been done on humanity. It's atrocious. And you know, I actually remember as a child in Soviet Union, in school, we would have the doctor offices coming to school with vaccine guns and just come into the classroom, line up, and then just go to each child and like do boom into the arm and just keep going, boom, boom, boom. And, you know, give us some sort of a vaccination for some sort of hepatitis, for example. You know, I just remember it was just interesting and a little bit terrifying. And, you know, I personally never really went to the doctor. Yeah, some people go once a year. Yeah, I usually am not that person. No judgment to anyone who goes once a year. It's perfect, just the way it is. Yeah, my rant was about the medical system a little bit, how it fucks us up, how it is here to harvest human innocence and health and wellness and wealth. You know, wealth means wellness and health, really. And then in the inversion version of wealth, it looks like money and coin, the Caesar's get to actually create the true abundance, the true wealth, which is wellness and health. And we get to choose our sacred bodies as temples, and listen to the voice of the divine within your heart, the guidance and the desire of your body for nourishment and nurturing care of the plants that you eat. And say to yourself and feel into your lineage, feel into that orphan within that maybe didn't feel like you belong here on earth because of all the hardships, and why the fuck is this happening to me? Why do I, this earthly angel, have to go through this and that, or had to overcome that and live with it for this long, to only awaken to it now? And like, holy cow, there's just so much. And so my living cells are awakening from my conscious choice to process through this spiritual life that I'm living here in my body. Awakening my life force, Shakti, through my everyday practices, through the daily living my life, through dancing and spiraling and speaking my truth, and all that I see, I know that it's not just shown to me, I just see it. I'm just fully aware of everything that's happening. I see it. It's no longer shown to me. A lot of people say, oh, it's been shown to me. And I said that too, but now I understand it's not shown to me, I just see it. And I remember who I am, why I'm here, and how I can remind others of who they are. So yes, calling in to the temple body, the sacredness of our physical body, the way we can nurture it with vibrant food and plants, and allowing the plants to be the medicine to speak to us, through us, to ourselves, to enliven us. Our bodies are firm and flexible. We work out. We like it. we practice some sort of physical strenuous exercises that keep our bodies firm and strong. So then we don't have to rely on a medical system. We can find natural plants that are the medicine for what the heck is going on with our bodies, and reclaim our health and our wealth in that way, and our wellness. There's no power out there more powerful than I am. We have to know that. There's no power out there more powerful than I am. Every day, how can I serve with that power today? We have done the work, the boundaries are in place. There's no power outside of myself more powerful than I am. I am a really powerful confirmation. I am the divine. I am the goddess. I am all that I am. And I command anything that's inorganic, harmful in my body to leave. Any kind of medication that has ever been inside of me without my knowing or unknowing, any procedures of any kind, of any strength, of any degree, I command all of that to leave my body now, to leave my light body architecture now. I get to rebuild a beautiful new light body through all that I am choosing every day to live through. And as this beautiful gift I shared on my business page yesterday, the secret code to number 777 is that. This one other thing I didn't mention in my video yesterday is that this incredible orphan syndrome, once recognized and acknowledged, we can ground into the earth here by spiritually awakening inside our physical bodies, and in this way healing 7 generations back and 7 generations forward from this present moment of being here now, consciously processing our spiritual awakening. Commanding any poison in our bodies of any kind through whatever it is, right? Like we know deodorants and toothbrushes, toothpaste, and whatever feminine products that we used or use and continue, and lotions and shampoos and whatever chemicals and all of that, that's just pure chemical poison that we keep on putting on our skin, our sacred bodies, our nails, right? Our nails are actually living, breathing organs, if you can say that. What are they? What are they? Right? So reclaiming and no longer consenting to any of the poison that has ever been afflicted upon our bodies through any medical machine systems. Reclaiming that for our future generations, standing for those who didn't have a choice and were targeted and poisoned against their knowing. Reclaiming fully who we are in this moment, in the name of those who were not able to reclaim themselves and their own power, and their health and their wellness and their well-being, in our lineages, in our mothers. My mother has suffered, and though the medical system has helped her and saved her life. It does saves lives. Grateful for the medical system that saves lives and all the side effects that come with that medical system. We rebuke the side effects that come with the medical system. We can be of the world, but not. We can be in the world, but not of the world. We can be in the system, but not of it. We can live on this earth and grow our own medicine, create, and find those around you who create their own medicine, connect and weave together the beautiful medicine. We are free. And now it's time to serve with this wisdom and truth of who we are, reclaiming ourselves to be. So yes, my rant was a little bit too long. I'm grateful to be able to just lay it out, empty out, release. There are incredible, beautiful doctors and nurses out there, and medical clinics and facilities that are conscious and awakening and coming to realization of what it means to be the true healers, what it really means to heal, come to homeostasis, state of being in order to heal the nervous system. and our organs, and for the body and mind to relax, for the heart to heal the pain, the suffering. And those beautiful doctors are fighting incredible battle. Incredible battle. And I honor them and everyone who speaks the truth and brings through awareness. And my awareness and my invitation to you is to always check what medication you are taking. Check if there's a black box on any kind of medication and what the warnings are. And if the warnings are death, please don't take that medication. If it's a possibility of death, do not take that medication. If there is any kind of possibility of paralysis, joint, cartilage loss, tendonitis of any kind, do not take the medicine. Ask for milder, more natural antibiotics, and there are available. And the doctor should never ask you why, and if they do, you simply say, I am allergic. You don't have to explain anything else. You can simply say, it's none of your business. And stand in your wellness ground for the honor of your body and what you take and put into it. So, anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for your time and energy and for listening. My legs fell asleep halfway through and the sun went down. So, love you all so much. Blessed be. Blessed be. May we all be healthy and wealthy in all aspects of our lives. And so it is.